Hey everyone, it's Sarah the Redneck Bifocal Stitcher. Welcome to my Flosstube all about cross stitch and my love of the fiber art. Today is Monday, January 22nd, and this is episode number 8. I'm super excited to have you here with me. If you're new, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, it's good to see you again. I think I came up with a solution to my broken ring light, and that is a lighted mirror from my bathroom. So we'll see how that works. It seems to be doing the trick. And I am in my new room of creativity, and you can see my stitchy corner right here. And I've got a calyx unit from IKEA that I've been using forever to hold all of my cross stitch stuff. So there is that. Yeah, so here we are. My 11-year-old was in here the other night. I don't know if I already mentioned this before, but she came in and was coloring and drawing, and I was stitching, and we were listening to music, and it just held the feeling that I am hoping to achieve in this room. The walls are bare, which means there's a lot of possibilities and room for more creativity and creations. So we'll see how this room evolves over the next whoever knows how long. So there we are. I was going to film last week, but I didn't because I had only worked on 3 whips, and I am trying to avoid that. But when you have one project that works for 6 different prompts, you just keep going at it. So here we are. It's been 2 weeks, and I feel like I've got a good amount of progress to show. Some not so much as others, but progress is progress. If it's 2 stitches or 20 or even 200, you're constantly moving forward. So up first, I worked on Miss Bingley's library, and I didn't get a whole lot done, but I got between 1 and 200 stitches, and here we are. I filled in the rest. I filled in the rest of the gray on these windows, and then I started working on the line that comes across this way. So that's it for Miss Bingley's library. But like I said, progress is progress. 220 or 200 stitches, you're getting something done. I also pulled out a new constellation. This I'm keeping in the Q-snaps because I'm not quite done with the amount of stitches that I need to get. It is a 1500 stitch prompt, and it is to stitch on something related to USA. So what better than the proclamation of a new constellation, the creation of the American flag. So here we are. The last time I showed this to you, I only had this much done right here. So I've come across and completed this top section border, and then I'm starting to fill this in. And then I started working on the 1/1 quote. This is 5 lines worth of 1/1 stitching, and it's quite a significant amount. So this will take me a while, but I'm super excited because this means I'm closer to the top. And then once I finish that quote, I am allowing myself, well, because I'll be ready for it. I'm not allowing myself anything. I'm going to allow myself to keep working on this. That's what I'm going to do. I am excited to work on the flowers that border the side of the piece. They're so pretty. So there is a new constellation. This one is on a 36 count mystery, and I'm doing 1 strand of floss. And then on Miss Bingley's library, I know I should be better. This is a 36 count affogato from Fiber on a Whim. So there's those 2. Then I also worked on, and I think I did more on this when I last showed you. So hopefully I have. Here's what I think I did last time, and here's what I have now on Welcome Foolish Mortals from the Witchy Stitcher. This I used for a prompt for categories. It's man-made, and all of the machinery, including the ride itself, was man-made. This is from the Haunted Mansion. So there's that. And this fabric is 32 count Nightmarish from Bestitch Me. I love it so much. It's perfect for this design. Here it is in its entirety. It's just such a great piece of fabric. I love it so much. So yeah, I think I'll be doing more on this in the future. Then I worked on Halloween Fairy, and I'm going to tell you, truth be told, I am not one to UFO, because that to me is failure. Not that UFOing something is, but to me it is. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Anyway, here is my Halloween Fairy the last time, and here it is now. And I'm feeling like I want to UFO this, you guys. It's not the fabric, it's the floss. This is the floss that came in my kit. And while it's called for, I'm not feeling it. The dress, the colors in the dress could blend so much better. And the color, this wing color, I don't know. There's just something about it that isn't quite, I'm not feeling it. Can't quite put my finger on it, but I'm just not feeling it. Like the blending and stuff for this dress, I don't know. But there it is. I worked on it. This was for categories. I used it for wand. And one of the moderators came through and was like, well, this is for a season or a celebration. And I clarified that this is for Samhain. And this Halloween Fairy is dressed up to ward off evil spirits during Samhain. So there's that. I also pulled out Wander from the Black Needle Society. Katie Landis designed this for their in-person retreat in 2022. Camp Black Needle Society. And I was able to get this without on the top done. This was for a prompt to stitch on blue fabric, as well as for categories to, this was for the pattern design, which is, the design name is Wander. And fabric on that one is Lagoon, 28 count fiber on a whim, and the Forbidden Fiber Co. are the flosses, and they're so pretty. Love the vibrant colors. And then I wanted to show you something funny that I asked about before. Can you guys see a hidden Australia in this? Like right here? I don't know. It just looks like a hidden Australia to me, and I love it. I think of my friends when I stitch this. Anyway, I thought maybe that was a little nod to our Black Needle Society members down there, down under. So anyway, next up is Sam's Shorts, Socks and Such. This is one of the clothesline series from Raise the Roof Designs. And hopefully I've got this folded right. Yeah, I do. Awesome. So for this prompt, it was to stitch on something that's Americana. So here we are. This screams Americana. And then did I use it for anything else? No. But anyway, I was able to get this whole jacket stitched up, and then I worked my way over to the end of the clothesline right here. So I'm getting closer. That jacket was a pretty fun stitch. It went pretty quickly. Everything is symmetrical, so I was able to just look. I had to read the pattern for one side, and then I was able to just look and go while I was stitching. So there's that. And this fabric, I have the name written down somewhere. I mentioned it on another Flosstube. I just don't have it in front of me. So it's a 32 count, and I'm doing the Shepherd's Bush conversion on it as well. Then I pulled out Jack Frost's Tree Farm. Here's where I was the last time. And then here's where I am now. I used this for the prompt travel for categories. This is a Woody, so there is my W. And I worked on this lower panel down here. I just want to work my way across the bottom since I can't get super great tension because of my really stupid mistake. So I want to get that finished. Then I can work on the middle and be done. This is a 30 count dark chino linen, and I kitted this up at Craft Center of Fine Stitchery in Salt Lake. Then I pulled out, this is my start. This is the stitch along that I'm doing with my coworker, my brand new stitcher coworker. And she wanted to do, well, she found it. I told you the story, but this is the 4 elements. And I love this so much. It's going so quickly. This is what I used for all 6 prompts one week for fandom stitching, and it just worked. And when you can make it work, why not? So that's why I got so much stitching done. I started this on like the 11th, maybe the 12th, maybe. And then I went over to my coworker's house and we worked on it together. She was having some trouble getting things sorted out, so I was more than happy to go help her work on that. And I love this. I love the colors. Of course, you're going to get the vibrant, so pretty. Jody, love her patterns. They're so good. And then this is just 36 count black linen from 123 Stitch. And let's see, I also used that for categories. I did wave, white, and wing. So 3 in 1 plus more for another. When you can, do it, you know? So anyway, for another challenge stitch, I worked on Stephen King House. This was for categories. Here's where I was last time, and here's where I am now. I think the prompt I used was like pastime, what you like to do in your free time as a pastime, whatever. And Stephen King is one of my favorite writers, so that's what I used for that prompt. It's great. I finished, there was some of this little section missing right here, and then I worked on all of that. I'm going to keep this going. I'm going to use it again this week for a prompt, so that's why it's still in the Q snaps, as well as 4 elements. And then I have some finishing to do on this. I'm using this for a monthly prompt, so I've got about maybe 500 or 600 stitches left that I need to do on Merry Christmas by the Letter. This is Lizzie Kate. And this is something that I started back in July. It kind of doubled as Christmas in July, and I used it for a Frogwarts pattern. And this month I am using it for a fire prompt as well as musical, because one of the letters says angels sing. So there's Merry Christmas by the Letter. And this is another one of their really fun long designs. Because I'm Forgetful Sam, this is Picture This Plus Shale in 32 count. And this is, it's a 32 count pre-cut that I got from Shepherd's Bush. I can't remember what it is, but yeah. And then last but not least, of course, is my start along / stitch along that I'm doing with Angie, the Second Wind Stitcher, here on Flosstube. Go check out her channel. I invited myself to her start of Float and Sting. So here's my little start on this, and I am doing it on a 40 count piece of Picture This Plus, Vintage Country Mocha. And I love this so much. Float Sting, Plum Street sampler, and a Heartstring samplery collaboration. And then for the prompt that I used this on was categories, and it was like a human interest type prompt, like human life, sports, activities, human interest. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but here's my reasoning for this. Muhammad Ali, whose famous quote is "float like a butterfly, sting like a bee," fought Cleveland Williams, and that is considered his greatest fight. So for human interest, sports-wise, I used Williams. And I love the way categories and different challenge stitches are making me think more out of the box and pulling things out that I wouldn't have otherwise used or stitched on. Yeah, this week I'm pulling out a few things that I'm looking at it kind of like, but I'm going to do them. I'm going to work on them. So there's that. All of my stitching over the past 2 weeks. And I tried counting the number of stitches that I was doing and was pretty good about it, but I am just doing so much more stitching, and I'm moving around a lot more frequently. So I just am keeping track of what I'm stitching on. I know that I'm doing anywhere between 100 to 300 stitches on each of these. So I can kind of guesstimate how many stitches precisely, but again, that's something it seems like I would be doing more for myself than anything. Plus I'm just I use paper patterns. I have Markup RXP, and I have tried desperately to figure out how to use it, and I need some one-on-one time, I think, and yeah, just learn how to use it. I know there are videos and tutorials. I've got to have someone showing me, so whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'll just keep using my paper to track numbers. And then here's what I use for fandom stitching. I write down each weekly prompt, and then I'll go through and I'll put down what I want to use. So here's what my plan is for this week. And I've got only one item left on my categories, and then I will have completed categories. I'm pretty and really pretty. I'm pretty excited that I was able to find a W for each one of the 12. So there's that. And then let me show you some more of my FFOs. It is almost Valentine's Day, so I went into the piano room and I pulled all of the Valentine's Day stuff off of the wall. And then I've got one winter piece that I was able to reach that I'll show you. But my first FFO that I put out for Valentine's Day is Love Laundry. This is a Raise the Roof. And I love this fabric. It's a really nice soft pink, but it's not like pinky pink, you know? Anyway, I wish I knew what it was, but that was when I was not keeping track of everything as adamantly as I am now. Intentionally. There we go. Intentionally. I'm doing so many more things with intention. So anyway, yeah, Love Laundry. I used all of the called for flosses. I think this is one that you can still get a PDF for through, oh, I'm not going to misquote. So let me put down here where you can get PDFs of Raise the Roofs, I should say. So yeah, there's Love Laundry. Then I have, this is Uber Valentine. Uber Valentine from Bent Creek. This is on an 18 count piece of natural linen. I used the Pearl 5 cotton, and yeah, I love this one. I'm trying not to get that ring light in there, but it's kind of hard to. This is a big piece. So there's Bent Creek Uber Valentine. Then we have, the rest of these are Bent Creek. This is Winter Row. There we go. There we go. This is the called for fabric, called for flosses, and I love this frame. I thought it was perfect for this. Kind of gives you a swirl of a snow, and it's not all white. You know what I mean? It's not a washout. So there's that one. Oh, I stitched that in 2018. And then here is Romance from Bent Creek. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. Neutral fabric, called for colors, the way everything else I do. And then the last one that I have, the last one I have for Valentine's Day is Valentine's Row. And this is from Bent Creek. All the called for flosses and everything. I think this one is so cute. So anyway, that's what I've got. These are going to be going up. I'll take them downstairs, get them up on the wall. And that's it for now. So yeah, I just have more challenge stitching to do. I'm excited. I'm pulling stuff out that I haven't worked on for a while. And that's my whole goal. That's the point of this, is to work on things that I wouldn't do otherwise. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what else to say. So I'll just leave that with you. As your OR nurse, please wear helmets if you are out sledding or skiing or doing any activity where you can sustain a pretty significant head injury, and always wear your seatbelt. So have a great day, have fun stitching, and I'll see you later.